Hello, everybody. Sorry, a little bit delayed on that. I kind of went off onto a mind-brain spot for a moment. Let me, level's good. Contrast between my voice and the game. Anybody? Just to make sure, you know, we're balancing. It's hard. I can't do it this way because it doesn't, the audio won't transfer, so I can't tell. And my fucking overlay still isn't popping up properly, so. I just randomly stopped doing that. After this stream, before I end up hopping in with VLoad, I should probably see if I can get that to come back. Because, you know, it would be useful. New game, obviously. I know what I'm going with. There's actually been a character in my head for the game for a long time that I figured I wanted to do as the stream character. No, he's going to be a tank. Followers of the strict religious philosophy of the Qun, the Qunari appear like a tidal wave in the north of Thedas 300 years ago. You are Talbashoth. The Qunari has rejected the Qun and never even lived in Qunari lands. As part of the Valokas mercenary company, you have earned a living by your own wits and the strength of your blade, ignoring the fearful looks you receive from those around you. Most recently, the company was sent to the Chantry Conclave as hired swords meant to keep the peace between mages and Templars. A task that has gone horribly wrong. No, we'll go with the default. I've not fucked around with importing, like, that's the one thing that bugged me about this one, is the other ones read your save files and followed through, kind of like Mass Effect. This one, because it jumped to a new generation, even if you were still playing it on the same one, it wouldn't do that. You had to input certain things on the site, and I have no idea how thorough it is, like what tiny little nuances that might have mattered that they didn't account for in having to script that and then put it in. So that's a little bit of something that kind of like at me, but... Alright, character creation time. And we'll do a shout out for lovely lurking supporters. Let me start with a base here. Yeah, honestly, that's still probably going to be the strongest base. That one. That's too old. And that's, I don't know, I like the little bit of color coming in from the horns. It looks a little bit more realistic. Like, that just looks too weirdly flat. Set a base eye color, I guess. Because I can tweak it later in the actual eyes section. Do you have a gold in here? Kind of? No, no. It's goldish. Fucking fuck with that in a minute. Horns. Do I want his to be decorative or just straight up horns? They just, ever since I got introduced with horns, they look weird without them. It gets weird to go back and look at Sten and Origins and be like, right, that's Qunari. Nobody knows that he's fucking big. So it's gonna dictate hairstyle probably too. I think I kind of want that. No, not that red. Kind of want him to have like actual beard. Not just scruff. And no, not a mustache. Kind of works better.
You leave me no choice.
Yeah, I'm not going with the higher voice for a fucking Qunari warrior. That doesn't make sense. Position. Yeah, no, I want him to sit a little higher. Hook a little bit more back. Can't get them to shift on where they are on his head, though? It's a little interesting. Definitely would have thought I could get him to move a little bit forward. Hi, Mrs. Chi. How you doing? Welcome in. I feel that. Spin that in a little bit so it's not so wide. That sits a little bit better there. Better. I think that one. No, a little higher. And now spacing, that's what I wanted. Bring it a little closer together. That's better. Alright, so now we go a little bit more, into the gold area. Inner iris color. Shift a little bit more straight yellow. Yeah, I kind of got what I wanted. A bit more bright. A little bit more bright. There. Hope everybody's Monday is going well. You know, it's Monday, as well as it can go. That's interesting. That one changed the whole face of his fucking jaw, too. Whole face, whole shape of his jaw. Words! Kind of feel like that nose fits. Just a little bigger. Slide it down a tad. Okay. I'm actually okay with the tip of it. Put a little bit of a broken nose on there. Add some character. No. Chin shape I will be fucking with a little bit here, though. Sorry, chin shape. Strong chin. Hang on, I gotta fucking turn up here and... Is that all the way up? That's weird that you flipped how the value works on that one. Put something on his nose for sure to kind of accentuate that broken nose bit. There we go. That'll do. And that works. No makeup. Rename. I have a name for you. Alright. That won't open up because I'm on PC. I have to type it. Oxius. No. No, it's not my first playthrough. It's the first one I've done on stream. How you doing, JetX? I've been off and on playing this game since it came out almost 10 fucking years. Oh, Jesus, it's almost 10 fucking years old! Shit! That means I'm old. Fuck. I don't like to think about that. It makes me feel old. Fuck, I remember loving the shit out of Origins when it came out back in 2009. And I was already 20-something.
Kill you now. The conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead, except for you.
So you think I did it?
You think I'm responsible?
Explain this.
I can't.
Can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need
I
it.
realize there are people on here that are older than me, but like, I'm sure you've felt the same thing sometimes too, where you're like, being an entity on Twitch, sometimes you just feel old as shit, because there's all these little, like, babies on here, and you're like, oh, fuck.
So what happens now?
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then... a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me. But then...
Go to the Ford Camp Liliana. I will take him to the rift.
What did happen?
It
Show you.
will be easier to show you.
No, I'm hoping to eventually get Origins on stream, but the PC version, unfortunately, has some fucking issues I gotta work out to be able to be even playable, let alone streamable. Origins is overall my favorite in the series, but Inquisition comes
We
damn
call it
close.
the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act,
When it's not a regular explosion?
the breach may
Yeah.
grow until it swallows the world. Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally.
Hi, Gloomy.
Something clearly went wrong.
And if
Eventually
I'm not
there will be
responsible-
murder.
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
So if I do what you want, will I live through it?
We have no way of knowing.
Appreciate you guys all coming out today.
They have decided
uh,
your guilt.
It's gonna be a
They
little bit of a
need it.
weird week for content. I had some
The
sort of
people
episode
Haven
yesterday,
mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry.
so I'm trying to take it a little
The
bit easy.
conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did.
No.
Until
I'm pretty
the
sure I
breach
know
is
what it
sealed.
was. As closest I can think of is this. It was a really bad anxiety attack, and I've had
There
one
will be a
before,
trial.
and this one was
I can promise
way
no more.
worse.
Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
I was supposed to work last night. I was there for 10 minutes, and then it was hard to talk because my mouth was trying to rick us up like this. My eyes kept trying to shut, and my hands got locked like this. I had to use, and my fucking legs went out. I fell on the floor, and I had to use the fucking bar on the desk to pry my hands open to be able to hit buttons on my phone. Tell my boss, hey dude, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I am not going to be an effectual security guard right now, and then call my wife and tell her, help, come get me. And I know I must have looked like shit because the first words out of her mouth when she pulled up were, oh my god. And that's not something she throws at me lightly. I could breathe, but it was a little bit of an effort. Yeah, I don't recommend. It was not fun.
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
All things in this world are finite.
Open the gate. We are heading into the valley.
Ways you can tell immediately I'm on the PC and not the Xbox, though. Look at how crispy that frame rate is. Hey, Pandora. So actually, there's going to be an ironic, because this is kind of what it felt like the other day. That, exactly. And then I was on the ground and my hands couldn't fucking move. That exactly.
Pulses are coming faster now.
That's pretty much exactly how it felt. Suddenly I was just, I couldn't
The
fucking
breach grows,
hands.
the more rifts appear, the more
And it was hard to
demons we
breathe.
face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift.
And it wasn't
fell
work.
unconscious. They say a woman was
Because,
in
well,
the
work
rift
comes with its own
behind
thing.
you.
It's
No
work
one
I'm good
knows
at.
who she was.
That wasn't a
Everything
problem.
farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. I suppose you'll see soon enough.
I'm doing alright today, Pandora. I had a rough weekend. Content this week is going to be a little day by day. I'm not going to have a weekly content rollout.
Stay
I'm gonna
behind
just
me.
see how I feel that particular day and see if I'm going to go through it. Weapons! Weapons! Well, it's Monday, so it should end up getting better later. Fuck you, bitch. No. I don't like hospitals. Hospital would have made it worse.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
If you're going to lead me through a demon-infested valley, you'll have to trust me.
Give me one reason to trust you.
Because my
My
life
wife asked
is
if she
on the
wanted
line.
me to go, if I wanted to go to the hospital, and I said no, because that would make it worse.
You're right. I cannot protect you. And I cannot expect you to be defenseless. Your life is threatened enough as it is.
I had some sort of episode yesterday, Pandora. The closest I can think of is it was some kind of panic attack. I've only had one before, and this one was a hell of a lot meaner. I was supposed to work at 12, and I made it about 10 minutes into my shift before my body started trying to lock up. It was hard to talk because my mouth was going into a rictus. My eyes kept trying to shut. My legs didn't work. I fell on the floor and kind of ended up curling in a fetal position, and my hands got locked like this to the point that I had to jam them onto the bar of the desk and pry my hands open so I could hit buttons to call my boss and tell him, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this tonight. I'm not going to be an effectual security guard. Something fucking's wrong with me. And then call my wife and tell her, help, get me. And I know I must have looked awful because she normally doesn't worry about me that much, and the first words out of her mouth when she pulled up were, oh my god. That's kind of what I felt like I had. I felt like I'd had a stroke.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
Where are all your soldiers?
At the forward camp or fighting. We are on our own for now.
Side note, that ice looks so fucking pretty and good. But yeah, that's kind of the way I was before settling on possibly panic attack. I felt like I had a fucking stroke. Because all my shit just tried to shut down.
There! Watch out! If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
I'm a tank. You flank.
Make it take you!
Sit down, bitch. I'm pretty sure I know what all the causes were. And I kind of did it to myself. But one big aspect of it is I had to do I had some shitty things happen on Saturday that fucking derailed the D&D, and I had to parent very sternly. And because of what happened, and that
Up
fucking
on the
imposter
hill.
syndrome I fight
It
with all the
attacks
fucking
from a
time,
distance.
I was not feeling good about it. You know some of the other shit that's been going on to me that's been having me all fucked up. That plus the triggering feeling like I'm failing as a fucking father and as a man. Not good time. I don't know. I don't know yet, but when it's coming up, I'll let him know whenever you decide what day might work for you. Okay. Yep. Fuck! Ghastly piece of shit. No, that was the roommate actually checking in about his own kind of needs in a similar way, where he's got to get some things done from City Hall and get his ID shit rolling, because, you know, government. But he has agoraphobia and things, so I kind of have to go with him to help him stay chill.
Ah! They're falling from the breach!
Come at me, bro! Sit down. But yeah, I don't like hospitals, so a hospital would have made that worse. Alright, you want more? Come on then.
to the rift. You can hear the fighting.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon. We must help them.
You're weirdly animation locked there, guys. What's up? Get on my level, bro. Come here. Get off the caster.
Quickly! Before more come through! What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
You mean this?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
Are you with the Chantry, or...?
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
It's good to meet you, Varric.
You may reconsider that stance in time.
Oh, I'm sure we'll become great friends in the valley, Chuckles.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
You know how cute you are when
My
you...
name
Oh,
is Solus, if
Cassandra.
there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still
It's
live.
adorable. It really
He
is.
means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Solus is an apostate, well-versed in such matters.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade.
Now,
Far
for
beyond the
an
experience of
FYI
any
sense,
circle mate.
Cassandra's usually
I
my
came to offer
go-to
whatever help I
romance.
can
That's
give
not
with the
who I'm
breach.
going with Oxius.
If it is not closed, we are all doomed, regardless of origin.
The long-running character idea for Oxius is I want to have him romance Bull. So we're going to have the two Qunari on the field and a romantic relationship, Ox and Bull. Plus, I think it would probably end up being a really cute relationship because of what I found the one time where the first one that I played through where I was romancing Cassandra, I was probably 2/3 through the game and just running around a zone, and I had Dorian and Bull in my party. And just the party banter, I found out that they were a thing. Through random party banter, I literally stopped dead, fucking turned around and looked at him and went, "You two are a thing and I'm just fucking finding out now? What the shit? This is adorable!" Because it was just this cute kind of back and forth where, you know, Dorian's pretending to be all off-put that, you know, at Bull, like, "Oh, are you gonna come into my room all drunk and fucking horny again tonight?" And Bull's just kind of playfully going, "Maybe." And, like, you can tell, like, Dorian's just faking being, about it. It was so cute!
And what will you do once this is over?
One hopes those in power will remember who helped, and who did not. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well, Bianca's excited.
This way, down the bank.
Hold on, I gotta get loot first.
We must move quickly.
Loot! on this one. You're gonna give me the tactical view tutorial. Yes, I know.
Demons ahead.
Oof.
Glad you
Alright,
brought
come on.
me now, Seeker.
Are we going? Are we going? Alright. Tactical camera mode. Okay. I want to switch to Varric. That's fine. Let me switch to Varric, thank you. Varric, move up here. Solus. Sit in front of him. No. No. Hang on, fuck. That's what's wrong. Move to point and take a shot at that one. You go hit that guy, Cassandra. And attack. Now me. I'm gonna go on this one. Advanced dive. See if you guys listen to what I tell you. No, they didn't. Alright. We'll just get out of that. For some reason, they don't fucking listen. Get the elevation, Varric. Wrong button. Get fucked. Nope, he went back to the age. Slipped me. I missed him. Why am I still getting snarly noises? Everything's dead. It's the intro. It's a little slow with it right now. Loot it, not jump on the chair. Is that everything in there? Okay, that's everything. And of course, RPG 101, be thorough and check everywhere. Yep. Guys, don't walk over the fire. That's kind of why I went around on the side. What else is pinging? Oh, alright, well. Yump it! Nope, I hit fire, I'm okay. We're good! Get out of the fire! Of course, this handy Witcher amulet ping is helpful. Because of that specifically, I saw one guy once who called this the poor man's Witcher 3 and was like, wow, you are just all kinds of salty dumbass, aren't you? One, this came out before Witcher 3 did, because Witcher 3 I'm pretty sure was 2015 when it dropped. You weren't dead yet. Sit down. Oh yeah, I gotta walk slow because I'm gonna get a little bit of interaction, conversation with Barrick. I do like how they made this one where you have an option to kind of jump in sometimes when they're talking to each other.
Then they tried to take over the city and
I think it's
kill
cool.
everyone. But I'm guessing you don't actually follow the Qun, do you? You're Talvishoth.
Surprising you could tell something like that.
Well, you haven't recited a single quote from the Prophet Kusloon yet. So unless you're trying to stay on the Seeker's good side, I'd say that's pretty telling.
Fair. Fair, and I know a fair amount a bit about, you know, being fairly telling without intending to be.
My magic cannot stop your mark from growing further. For your sake, I suggest we hurry.
Oh, I'm working on it.
So, are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
I mean, he kind of has a point. Ymir! Barrett! That fuck up there. Shoot it.
Make it take you!
Put that back up. Sure, keep my armor up.
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
It's
We will see for
Liliana, man.
ourselves
She made it
before
through
we
all the
count.
rest of the fucking
You're almost
series at
there.
this point. I was also kind of mad that she wasn't romanceable in this one. Because of how much she grew as a person, she's even more attractive.
Another rift!
We must seal it! Quickly!
They keep coming!
Yep.
Help us!
Yeah, I'll tank that hit. Nope, maybe not. Not yet. Now we'll disrupt. Or not, because I'll get fucking hit with a thing. Mir. There, you get him.
Hurry! Use the mark!
A ding! I know this, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get the Khmer. We're gonna get the Mir.
Rift is gone. Open the gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
We're clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
You, Cassandra, the Most Holy?
You are not in command here.
Enough! I will not have it. Ah, here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who he is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me?
You want to come say that to my face again?
You are a glorified clerk. A bureaucrat.
Tiny man?
And you are a thug, but a thug who
Wearing a
supposedly
fucking
serves
pillowcase?
the Chantry.
We serve the most
Do you not
holy
realize how
Chancellor,
vulnerable you are right now?
as you well know.
Justinia is dead. We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
You shouldn't even be here! Call a retreat, Seeker.
Thank you, honey.
Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark.
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own,
And I'm not afraid of a charge. But tactically speaking, too, the soldiers are going to be on the front. They're going to be watching that. The mountain path hooks around behind, and if they lost the whole fucking scouting party on there, that is a vulnerable flanking position. So as much as instinct immediately says charge, take the mountain path.
Use the mountain path. Work together. You all know what's at stake.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
See, what that tells me out of that is we could charge, and I'm not afraid to charge, but there's a mountain pass that hooks around behind, and they tried to send somebody up there, and they lost contact with them. That means it's dangerous, and if we can flank from it, so can they.
The tunnel should be just ahead. The path to the temple lies just beyond it.
What manner of tunnel is this? A mine?
Part of an old mining complex. These mountains are full of such paths.
And your missing soldiers are in there somewhere?
Along with whatever has detained them.
We shall see soon enough.
Which was kind of the point why I went this way. If it's a flanking position and we lost the people that we went to scout in, I'm gonna want to go check that out. The soldiers can hold the line. Mirror, bitch! Okay, back off, hit that one. Oh, of course you had to fucking give it a shield right as it's gonna die. Sit down, bitch. That was weird, it kind of, like, launched off that stab.
Dead!
I thought it was dead already, but... Such a fucking pretty game, it really is. Poof! Oh, cool. Better shield. Can I get an axe, please? 3 attack. That's not what I want. That's not as good. Life Ward Amulet. Who do I want to put that on? Put that on a fucking caster for now. No, loot it! Don't jump, loot it. Thank you. Alright, here we go! Yeet! Mirror. How the fuck did that not pull it? Big one. Cunt biscuit! Oh, sorry, just checking stuff real quick.
Yes, we found the soldiers.
That cannot be all of them.
So the others could be holed up ahead.
Our priority must be the breach. Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to our Qunari friend here.
Surprise, motherfucker! Give a little disrupt. Apparently my chat had a little disrupt.
Lieutenant, you're alive.
Just barely.
Wave 2, Terror Demon. Mirror, you shit. Haha! Sit down.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Thank the Maker you finally arrived, Lady Cassandra. I don't think we could have held out much longer.
Thank our prisoner, Lieutenant. He insisted we come this way.
The prisoner? Then you...
All day's work.
Closing rifts and saving soldiers. That's what I do.
Then you have my sincere gratitude.
The way into the valley behind us is clear for the moment. Go, while you still can.
At once. Quickly, let's move!
The path ahead appears to be clear of demons as well.
Let's hurry before that changes. Down the ladder. That's the way to the temple.
I'll be right back. I have to make a quick little pee-pee. That's the little boy's room!
that out later.
My new camera came in!
Any word on what your schedule is this week?
I haven't fixed it yet. I've not. I've still been just kind of getting into it.
Getting into it okay today?
I was crashing aggressively back and forth for once.
Just let him know that you're doing okay. I'm not really sure what it was that happened, but this, just so I know what's going on. Hopefully, all good there. Otherwise, we'll leave it at.
Guess he pulled the Thursday shift.
That's my gamble, right?
Alright, I am back. And yes, after the stream, my new camera came in, so I'll be getting that set up. So hopefully streams going forward are going to have better picture quality and a better frame rate. So if I do this, it's not going to be that choppy and framey. You know, with the motion blur on it. Yay! And it should have a better field of view on it as well. So you can see a little bit more of the thing behind me, my shelf and shit like that. No, that's just the ladder.
So,
Just
holes
bringing the
in
ladder.
the Fade don't just accidentally happen, right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
Any loots over there? Doesn't look like it.
The Temple of Sacred Ashes.
A rediscovery.
What's left of it?
That is where you walked out of the Fade, and our soldiers found you. They
And the thing
say a
is, like-
woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
The people who started on Inquisition missed a whole bunch of... You just, like, it just says the Temple of Sacred Ashes. But if you started the game, like, from Origins, that's a hugely important place. Also, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Just frozen in agony, charred corpses. Massive explosion, charred corpses, I expect. But the fact that they didn't finish burning, disintegrate, or that they're stuck in various poses, like time locked,
Reach
is
is a long way up.
definitely there's some fucked up magic happening all over it.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'm not sure how to even start getting up to that thing.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Now is the hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
Oh, Cariffi tit.
What are we hearing?
At a guess?
An asshole.
The person who created the breach.
Solus is right, but also an asshole. That's what you're hearing.
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
How you doing,
But
Suno?
what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple.
Varric, you should know better than to get that close to it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
He says as he's standing a foot away.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Appreciate you stopping in on this Monday. Getting Medieval Monday back up and running with the 3rd season.
Someone help me!
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Run when you can! Hold them!
We have an intruder. Slay the Qunari.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
I'm ready. Hello, Pride Demon.
Now!
Let's go, big boy.
We must strip its defenses. Wear it down.
Come on!
Give me that, give me that. Because it pings him.
The demon is vulnerable.
Come on, fuckface, let's go. Look at me. Don't look at everybody else, look at me. Mir, get off Cassandra. Come on, you fuck. I can do that too.
More coming through the rift.
Disrupt. Mir, ah, shit. Thank you for the follow. Fuck out of here. That, if I ping him and knock him down again. Get fucked, you big ugly piece of shit. Look at me. Don't worry about anybody else. Look at me. I said look at me. We're not done yet. Come at me. Come on. Fuck. Move, Barrick. Disrupt the rift. Now where were we? You come here and fuck off from everybody else. So let's move. Mirror, fuck.
Now!
Get
Kill the
fucked.
rift! Do it!
Oh! I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
Why are you frightened? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
Relax.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You're back in Haven, my lord. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
So you're saying they're happy with me?
I'm only saying what I heard. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
DLC stuff. Patient observations. Vain hope. Someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1. Clammy, shallow breathing, pulse over fast. Not responsive. Pupils dilated. Mage said his scarring mark is thrubbing with unknown magic. Wish we could stench a Templar in here just in case. Doesn't one of these have something lootable in it?
That's him. That's the Herald of Andraste.
I'll get to him
They said
after.
when he came
Gonna do
out
some
of
plot
the
shit.
Vale, Andraste herself was watching over him.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb him.
Because I'll get a chance to run around and check all this shit out after. Oh
That's
shit,
him.
I dinged again.
He stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard he was supposed to close it entirely. Still, that's more than anyone else has done.
So sometimes things don't work out like we planned, though. More damage, stun, or what's the other one? I think more straight up taunt.
Demons would have had us otherwise.
I think I want more straight up taunt. Just you, Mir.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
She's correct. That's not up to douche nuts. Shen for the departed. The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker fires her water. As moth sees light and goes towards flame, she should see fire and goes towards light. Yay, religious shit.
Have you gone completely mad? He should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe he is guilty.
The Qunari failed, Seeker. The
I did
breach
more
is
than
still
any
in
of
the
you
sky.
did, tiny
For
man.
all you-
Shut your mouth.
Chain him! I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
Hey, Duproyat, how you doing?
So I'm still a suspect, even after what we just did?
You absolutely are.
You need to stop
No,
talking.
he is not.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
You realize I'm Qunari?
I have not forgotten. No matter what you are or what you believe, you are exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
Bye-bye, tiny man.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now. with you at our side.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
That's one side of it.
They laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you.
Yeah, but I want to make sure you're doing it for the right
As to whether the war is holy,
reasons.
That depends on what we discover.
When I woke up, I certainly didn't picture this outcome.
Neither did we.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Now, a little bit of, introductions and stuff around camp, and I'm probably going to cut it once I get the first war table thing and settle into the hinterlands at first. And then have that be a fresh new adventure. Also, I love that those are in runes. That's the one part that always kind of made me chuckle a little bit, but it was like, the Chantry is very much Christianity. Why is their book written in Norse runes? Blood runes. Built-in one-handed heft schematic, thank you. No, Liliana's not actually there this time, okay. Drakestone materials are good. I do really like that they actually put a proper, crafting in this one, finally, and, gear modification.
I didn't realize any of Leliana's Oxmen mercenaries were still here. Well, if you want new gear, you pay for it. Oh, you're him. Thren, Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under Ten Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my
There was good
services to
reason they
Inquisition.
turned on him at
It was a
Denerim.
kindness.
Yes, he was a
She
great
knew I
commander.
supported her
Yes, he
father and got me
was a
away
great
from the
man, but he
political
fucking lost
garbage.
his shit and put the entire fucking country in jeopardy.
With that attitude, I can't imagine how you made enemies in Denerim.
People just don't want to hear the truth. I was at Oxius,
Including
and I know
you.
what really happened.
Including you.
King Kalen overextended his position, and the Grey Wardens were too late lighting the signal. Following the original plan would have gotten everyone killed. Turn Loghain made the right decision. I apologize. Sister Liliana
But the
told me
way
to
he
talk about
handled
this.
it afterwards
Forget it.
was wrong after wrong after wrong after wrong after wrong. Just because, you know, he made the right decision in a really risky thing that's, you know, kind of a shit, ruthless calculus of war, doesn't forgive all the things he did after that. I will not begrudge Loghain being a great commander and a great hero to Ferelden in his time, but he ended in a horrible fucking way. Of his own doing.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good login site, maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Farewell.
Make her go with you. Thanks for checking anyway.
Got the iron. I can get the logging stand in a minute. It's out a little farther in exploring the grounds of Haven. Other elf fruit? No? Alright. Back down we go. There's some elf fruit. Patient observations, day 3. Less thrashing, some response to stimulus. Vitals seem solid. 2 attempts so far by locals to break into the chantry to kill my patient. All this work to save his life, and will they just execute him? Inform Lady Cassandra, I expect him to wake before the morn. Miles, get perceived. Get perceived!
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
Not exactly most people.
None of this shit should have happened.
You don't know the half of it. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I'm still not sure I believe that any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming.
Right?
You might want to consider
Right?
running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
granted them power over the very Fade itself. Though they sang hymns of praise unending, though they could do anything.
Have you heard about the refugees out in the hinterlands, near Redcliffe?
Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwyr? Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear. After all, those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Doesn't ever actually work out that way. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him, until they don't. Bedwyr cultivated terror in his subordinates through the gleeful and unrestrained use of a contraption referred to as the Maiden. The Maiden was a hinged iron casket, as high and wide and deep as a man, with vicious spikes within meant to pierce through horse all locked into it. Bedwyr's Maiden was his prized possession, stood in a place of honor in his throne room, often with a screaming victim inside. Political rivals, suspected assassins, treasonous ministers, the Maiden consumed them all. But as time passed, more people were given to the Maiden for increasingly trivial offenses. The cook for oversalting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The Maiden cast a pall of the kingdom, and its people prayed for the deliverance from the cruel king. One day, a strange woman rode into the city. She called herself Ember. She was an emissary from a far-off land. Her leaders had heard, she said, of Bedwyr's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned adulation of brother kings across the sea made Bedwyr swell with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dined and danced, and through it all, Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the Maiden, the infamous device that had given Bedwyr all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the Maiden, sighed with disappointment, and said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should have imagined the sharps to be much sharper. The spikes to be much sharper." Bedwyr grew red at her comment and replied, "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at the blood that still clings to them." "But it is so small," said Ember. "Are only women and children its victims?" Bedwyr grew redder still and replied, "Of course not. The Maiden has devoured many men." Ember shook her head and said to the king, "Do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fear this thing. A man like yourself, tall and muscled, but not fit with it." The king laughed, and saw a way to prove the merit of the Maiden to Ember. "I should show you how easily a man like myself could fit," he said. And with that, he stepped into the device. But Ember was waiting, and no sooner had Bedwyr squeezed himself into the iron casket than Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the Maiden, with the screaming Bedwyr inside, through the castle and down to the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheered and danced to the singing that echoed through the streets until Bedwyr was dead and it finally stopped.
Hard going. The mages and the Templars put a lot of people out there.
At least Mother Giselle is there to help.
This is one of the things that I really, really like about BioWare games. There's so much fucking lore and things to dig into. Even, Tale of the Frostbacks. Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth the Mountain Father kept his throne at the peak of the Blenas, a mountain at the center of the world, from which he could see all the corners of the earth and sky. He saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love. Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart, by taking it out and hiding it where no soul would ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside a golden cask, buried it in the earth, and raised around it the fiercest mountains the world had ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the Mountain Father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like lost souls. Food lost its flavor, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in deeds of valor. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men. Gods and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant, but with no heart, Korth could not be slain. Soon there were no heroes left, either among men or gods, who would dare challenge Korth. The Lady of the Skies sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and strongest flyers, to scour the mountains for the missing heart, and for a year and a day they searched. But Sparrow and Raven, Vulture and Eagle, Swift and Albatross returned to her with nothing. Then the ptarmigan spoke up and offered to find the god chief's heart. The other birds laughed, for the ptarmigan is a tiny bird, too humble to soar, which spends half its time hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce even for eagles, but the ptarmigan set out anyway. Little Bird traveled deep into the Frostbacks. When she could not fly, she crawled. She hugged the ground and weathered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely all way to the valley where the heart beat. With all the gods' terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the tiny bird to carry, so she rolled it, little by little, out of the valley and down a cliff, and when the golden cask struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was almost to bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to come to see what had happened. When Korth neared his heart, it leapt back into his chest, and he was whole again. Then Hakon Winter's Breath bound Korth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice, so it could never again escape. And all the remaining gods named the ptarmigan honored above even the loftiest eagles. of our barbarian tales.
And how much did you need? Oh, is there any way you can get by with 6?
If you're not 6, why did you ask how much I needed?
Root! A fruit! A fruit! Ground scraper! Isn't there not? Yeah, isn't there not a fucking like saucy book over here? Yeah, the Randy Dowager Quarterly, well-worn quarterly missives of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager welcomes the cool of autumn with the fall of another, the collected dreams of desire, being the confessions of an apprentice in training more furrowing than harrowing. Aye, aye, aye. Forbidden dalliances at their most spirited. The Randy Dowager, exhibitions for the noble of thought but spry of step. The lady herself says, enchanting. One supports the circles, if only because closed doors offer the imagination more. 3 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. Apothecary! Surprise, motherfucker! Coming in hot.
Segret told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Patient observation is day 2. Pulse normal, breathing normal, still unresponsive, careful drop feed of prep. Elfroot extract to hasten his recovery. A lot of thrashing. Mutters about too many eyes. Something about the gray. Encouraging? I never caught that before. That's a premonition for what's going to happen with the wardens.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segret he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon. Huh. Look who's back from the dead. Again. I shouldn't be surprised. You Oxmen are tough as old leather.
Bonk. Can you stop doing that? Fuck.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You
Seeing
weren't
as I was
particularly
unconscious.
coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
I've had better days.
It has been a rough few days.
I can attest to
That's
that
an
one.
understatement. And more ahead if the weather is any indication. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what
For
you'd
the
like.
exposition and
Find a
organicness of
recipe
the
for
narrative.
something better, I can make
I
that
know
too.
all this shit, but again, just organic narrative.
You're back. And in one piece.
Is there anything
Gotta
I
get
can
the
do
little
to
quest
help
from
out?
him too.
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
No, I wanted this one. Minus the stam potions. So that little mini quest is done. A fruit! A little bit more over there. And now let's have a little talk with Solus.
The chosen of Andraste. A blessed hero sent to save us all.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct.
But they're dead!
Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields
Spent,
to see
how
the
you doing?
dreams of
Thanks for
lost
stopping by.
civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Okay, no other effort there. That's just pinging that. We look inside Solus's place. No? No notes, no nothing? Hi, Molly. Yeah, he does kind of look a little Spock-like. His general attitude is a little Spocky as well.
You built for them the golden city, the
Not too bad. Kind of relaxing. I had a rough weekend. I had some sort of episode yesterday. Or either really bad panic attack or a mini stroke. I'm not sure. Do not recommend. Andraste's Mabari. You know Andraste's old Mabari. He don't show up in the chant. If you ask those holy sisters, well, they'll say Andraste can't. Have had some big old smelly war dog, but all Ferelden knows it right. Our sweet lady needed someone who would warm her feet at night. And there's Andraste's Mabari, by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. Say the Maker sent him special, always loyal, without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, that dog he guards Andraste without arrogance or fear, only asking of his mistress just a scratch behind the ear. But when old Malfrith gets plotting, tries to lure that dog away, even as they trap the prophet, her Mabari never strays. And there's Andraste's Mabari, by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal, without pride, so he could be sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, they thought the wounds had killed him, but then he limped out towards the fire, and Asarian, he shed a tear as that dog lay on the pyre. And there's Andraste's Mabari, by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal, without pride, so he could be sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Yes, that Mabari is the companion of the Maker's holy bride. Popular if historically unlikely for Ferelden Tavern Song.
And for a time you dwelled among them, watched over them.
Thank you for hurrying with the potions. We have so many injured.
Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter.
Lay off with the racism.
Sigrid, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
What do you think I'll be doing exactly?
Word's already spreading that if anyone can close that blighted thing in the sky, it's you. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet. Of course, we're all getting used to, well, you is our last best hope. Nothing personal.
Until later.
Stay safe.
Loot. Ping me some loot. I know there's some over here. Schematic. Always good. Ow! No, loot it, not jump. Fucker. Okay, can I have an axe? I want an axe.
Why we need to build siege equipment? We're not laying siege to anything.
That's an excellent point, Recruit. But if someone comes to lay siege to us, perhaps it would be best for us to have some means to fight back.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Construction orders. As you know from the terrible accidents of last week, many passages through the mountain are unstable and liable to collapse at any moment. I do not wish us to lose more brothers and sisters in the search for lost cultist treasure. We must seal all entrances into the mountain. The temples have done a careful sweep of the caves. Everything of worth was collected, but remains of the disciples of Andraste will be forgotten. That's a callback to Dragon Age Origins. Buried in the earth. Once it is done, let us have no more talk of them. This is a new haven, restored to life by the true Chantry and most holy Justinian the Fifth. What else is pinging? Oh. Siege equipment in Thedas. Siege weaponry has been used in Thedas for centuries, with permanent equipment used far back as the Third Blight. Nevertheless, it occupies a peculiar niche in the tools of warfare due to its requirements. Any army wishing to produce trebuchets or catapults must be funded and organized well enough to procure both the necessary materials and the military experts to construct them. Throughout history, most armies who fulfilled such requirements did not take advantage of the situation. During the Third Blight, for example, artisans in Montsimard constructed catapults to fling flaming debris at the Darkspawn, but the expense of the weapons did not justify the limited damage they caused, and the Darkspawn were ultimately driven back by the Grey Wardens, not siege weaponry. Tevinter forces similarly had the resources to construct siege weapons when attacking the Free Marchers, or defending themselves against the Exalted Marchers of the Black Age. Instead, the Imperium focused primarily on the power of its magisters, who were less powerful but more flexible than siege equipment, and could more easily fall back when the tide of battle turned. As a result, in the battles against Qunari in the Steel Age, generals found to their chagrin that the great Oxmen had left them behind. Qunari black powder is, most military experts agree, not magic. It is merely an advanced alchemy that makes their cannons more effective than any trebuchet could ever be. Nevertheless, there remains hope, as centuries have passed since the last Blight, and mages are now safely held in one of the circles where they harm none. Experts of Ferelden and Orlais may once again be able to turn great minds to learning. We need magic. We need no magic. Not where the minds of men survive unfettered. With our resources and our commitment to knowledge, we can easily surpass the brutal Qunari on the field of battle. Can you, though? Can you, though?
Only the word. Sing only the
I
charm.
spoke with Commander Cutler.
Then the golden
I
city is thine.
apologize for what I said earlier.
It's nothing. Now, Scout Plane, what can you tell me of Redcliffe?
The mages have been quiet since their attack on the Conclave.
What did he say?
Their attack? Do you have information confirming that the mages were responsible?
That... Yeah, those little bits of conversation sometimes are really interesting to try to catch, like, what's... the little bits of what's going on.
When there was no sky maker, you were the sky.
I poked into
when
that
there
one.
was no earth, you were the earth.
I've got other little side quests to do here.
If the Inquisition wants to steal their decent character, it needs better clothes. I hope the Seeker
Where you picking? Where you picking? There you are.
Listen.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work. Something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
Who outfits the Inquisition's soldiers?
Not me. I've got work to do. Can't be passing a sword to every blighter who signs up. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thren, the quartermaster. She'll set up requisitions.
Well, I've got a quest on for that at the moment.
How did you come to be here?
Organic conversation.
Come from a little town called
Dialogues
Lothringen.
and shit.
Long gone now. I was in Redcliffe when the Darkspawn hit it during the Blight. Helped rebuild. Left when royalty decided it was time to hand the place over to the bloody mages. Ended up here. Just missed the boom. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking or the exact opposite.
Whichever you are, I hope the streak is broken.
A man can dream.
Right?
What can you and your team make here?
Arms and armor. We work iron to blighted dragonbone if you've got it. Our designs are simple, but they get the job done. You want something fancy, bring your own design. We'll see what we can do.
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
Goodbye.
Right.
And that's gonna get that, because I talked that out of the way. Because I sell all shit. We get one of these. Because I'm gonna hand that to Cassandra. I'm gonna switch her over to being a two-hander. I love how those don't apparently have 0 armor rating. It's weird. I have the iron, but I want to make sure. You know what? I could do it with onyx. Drakestone. Add the tankiness.
Right.
Forgot I had all those too. It's not the right one for him though. Shokrata. I'm not going to go with the heavy armor of the dragon, it's just cheesing it. Three attack. Alright, fuck it. We'll put on the attack Vitar. For now. So I get a little more oomph in there, and it might help my aggro grab because I'm hitting them harder. Out of here. Ring of critical chance. You take that one. Put that on real quick. Cass. And I'll give you the belt of electric resistance. Yeah, I don't want to cheese it. I've got to get her a fucking two-hander still. Well, that fire staff does more damage. So I'll switch to that. Buy, sell all. Character record. Cassandra. Give me a two-hander, honey. Block and slash. Flawless defense. Buy those. Challenge. Bonus to armor for guard. Go with that one. Can I craft a two-hander for her? Shit, I don't have... No, Templar Greatsword's about the only thing.
Our mounts, most of them should be...
Inventory, Cassandra, weapons, strong greatsword.
I'm a good rider, and, well, I thought I'd be more useful here.
Ah, we'll see.
Oh, Creator, see me kneel, for I walk only where you would bid me.
Excuse me, guys. Let me just walk around you while you're sparring here.
See reason, Lisette. We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore? That we splinter and fight amongst ourselves instead of protecting the mages?
Better that than stay here with this Inquisition.
You're awfully quick to dismiss the people who saved your life, Matrin. Yes?
Hang on, his name is hitting a bell.
I'd like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
And you're the kind of Templar that I'd like to see.
Do you have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just a recruit. Belief and faith doesn't get you closer to the important meetings. Though that distance did save my life.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Sure. Not really my thing, but sure. Onto the frozen lake! That seriously is rendered so well, getting actually to see all the different multiple layers of freeze, because lake moves. Resource gathering! Come on, get up there. So I'm pretty sure there's fucking iron at the back of that, isn't there? Yep. A fruit? Nug! That's a wall!
One down!
Where's my loot? Where's my nug leather, goddammit? Resources! Yes, yes. I know how this works.
I should look around.
I know how this works! Let me finish gathering resources, dude. Master Tajan's notes. And we go out around this side. Scoop some more iron, some more elf fruit. Gotta be another little piece of fruit there that I missed. See those? Yoink. You're back here. Where are you? There you are. Logging stand. Requisition filled. Bucket. Obvious one I can see though. A fruit?
See reason. We cannot stay.
You're repeating yourself, bud.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me, as there is but one world, one life.
Okay, well, I think I have your notes. Is that fuckface?
You're back. And in one piece.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
I think it's for mana potions. Yep. Cool.
Right then.
Let's go hand in the requisition order, and then we'll get the next little bit of plot movement and into the hinterlands.
The Inquisition can use that.
Well, that's kind of the point.
So we're heretics, just like that. Should we surrender or...
Does it trouble you?
Not really.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly, you have something in mind.
We do. May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Such as they are. We lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
It's another character who's
This
been in
is
all
Lady
three of them and had a
Josephine
serious glow
Montpellier,
up.
our ambassador and chief diplomat.
You're even taller than I'd heard.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves
Yeah, I
a
get that
degree
reaction a lot.
of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
That's an impressive bunch of titles.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
It's still
Unfortunately,
speculation.
neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced
It's a completely
the
new,
Inquisition,
unknown
and you
fucking thing.
specifically.
That's still speculation at the best.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a Qunari, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options.
You should have
Approaching
just
the
let me
mages
crush
or
his skull in the
Templars for
first
help
place.
is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading...
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
I'm not sure how I should feel.
The Chantry has decided that for you, it seems.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign. And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
So if I wasn't with the Inquisition...
Well, let's be honest, they would have censored us no matter what.
And you not being here isn't an option.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
I understand she's a reasonable sort. Perhaps she does not agree with her sisters. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Okay, so I've got nothing over there right now. Yeah, I have to hit Hinterlands and then it starts opening up. Mother Giselle was last seen in the hinterlands outside Redcliffe, tending refugees who
You
fled
were
the
saying
fighting
something
between
about
renegade Templars and apostate
Cullen?
mages. The latest reports suggest that the vicious
yes.
struggle between the two
Haven
groups has spread
has
to the
limited
hinterlands,
space
catching the
for our
refugees and
soldiers
Mother
to
Giselle
train.
in the middle.
Perhaps
It's
we
vital to
could
protect
set up
her and, if
something
possible,
over
restore
here.
order in the area. Scout the hinterlands. We avoided the fighting the best we could. It's every bit as bad as we'd feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves. It appears that the Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We've located Mother Giselle and are trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees until we've ensured their safety. It'll be hard to do without troops to push the apostates and Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dedet, a retired horse master of Redcliffe, who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Lead Scout Harding. sound filtered in a little bit weird there.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. They might not know much about the Qunari, but you'll get no backtalk from anyone here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
It's so cute when you do that, Cassandra, really.
I'm starting to worry about these stories that everyone's heard.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about. They only say you're the last great hope for Thetis.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh,
the
that's
hinterlands
not
are as good a
or
place
anything.
as any to start fixing things. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Well, that'll be next episode, Harding, after I level everybody up here. I think that one. Hit it, but 2. Okay, we'll throw that one on too, so he's getting less aggro. Yeah, I mean, since he's got the crossbow, that makes the most sense. It really does. Put him at the height advantage. She's got none left. I've got 1 left. Alright, well, let's upgrade you. Give them the boot! Yup. There's no question about it. That was the one I was going with. Come here and then fucking boot fuck him. New save game. And then we'll clear up the autosaves and milestones. Hit 1 more save over that, just for paranoia's sake. And exit to menu. So, this is going to be the end of this stream. We're going to raid out... Hang on, let me fucking... You're taking a minute there. Okay, the audio's going to go away, but I want to actually just type. It'll be faster. So I'm going to make the raid call. We're going to raid out to a new friend, Jay the Bard, who is finishing up his Origins run right now. So we're going to keep it in the Dragon Age vein and go give some love there. And I will see you guys all tomorrow, maybe? I'm not sure. Like I said, it was a rough weekend. I'm taking content a day at a time this week. But I will be showing up on Twitch later to support somebody and play alongside here. Let me throw out a shout out for that real quick. I'll be on there later. But anyways, let's get this raid going. Make sure I'm going to type it correctly. Because, you know, fingers not wanting to fing. All right, we're going to have the dramatic music for the outro. And it looks like my raid. So everybody, grab your shields, your swords, your longbows, whatever the fuck you might need. We're carrying on the Dragon Age love. Let's raid!